The first question today is from Rajesh Chandramohan, IA number 77. He's asking, Dear Swamiji, our family, dad, mom and myself are overwhelmed and intimately attracted by your avatar of Karuppar Swami. We enjoyed the Mahashivratri via NTV from Tiruvannamalai. The energy from Karuppar Swami during this inner awakening was also very intense and powerful. Please share your mystical experiences with Karuppar Swami, Kala Bhairava.
Rajesh Chandramohan. Understand, I'll introduce the Kala Bhairava. In North India, he is called Kala Bhairava, in South India as Karuppanna Swami. He is the causal body, the source from which everything comes out. Shiva has multiple dimensions. Please understand. When I am writing a book, I am a writer. When I am speaking, I am a orator. When I am initiating, I am Guru. When I am giving boon, I am God. So many of my dimension, but it is me in everything. Same way, Shiva has so many dimensions. Kala Bhairava is one of his dimension. Every action of Shiva becomes one dimension of him, an independent energy and graces people. So the Shiva who destroyed the ego of Brahma and gave enlightenment to Brahma is Kala Bhairava. Suddenly one day Brahma thought, I also have 5 heads, Shiva also has 5 heads. I can do everything, whatever Shiva does, and I am Shiva. Actually, when you are Shiva, you will not feel you are Shiva, others will feel you are Shiva. You will just feel only emptiness, that's all. But this Brahma has become a little egoistic. Not only he's become egoistic, he started doing forgery work of Shiva. Whatever Shiva is supposed to do, and this fellow started interfering. Just Mahadeva threw a small nail from his finger, and that nail assumed the form of Kala Bhairava, went and cut the head of Brahma, just like that, casually. And that skull only is in the hands of Kala Bhairava. Brahma Kapala is in the hands of Kala Bhairava. And Brahma's ego was destroyed and he became enlightened. Then onwards, he became useful to himself and to the world, and deeply grateful to Shiva. So same energy came again in Pandya kingdom in the South India to destroy the ego of a king. See, there was a king, and Manikyavasakara, a great saint, was the minister. And the king told the minister, go and buy horses for the army. He gave the money. And this saint, when he was traveling, suddenly on the way he saw an enlightened being. And he fell in love with that being and he became disciple. That enlightened being initiated the saint. Shiva himself came as enlightened being. And Manikyavasaka, the saint, became enlightened by that Shiva's initiation. And he thought, why unnecessarily spend money and expand the army? I'll create peace in the country. He spent all the money and built the temple for Shiva. Then, on the particular time, the horses were not coming. King imprisoned that saint, Manikyavasakar. So Shiva himself converted all the wolves and foxes which stays around him in the cremation ground into horse, and came as a chief of the horse army, sitting on the horse, and handed over all these horses to king. and went away. That night itself, all these horses came back, became wolf again. Not only they became wolf again, they killed all the remaining horses which he already had in the army and ran away. King was shocked. Then he realized it is Shiva himself came. So he released the minister. Shiva appeared and blessed king and the kingdom. Don't worry, there will never be a war. You will never be affected by any of these calamities. I am there. You protect Shiva's devotees and Saiva Sampradaya, I will protect you. That is the time Shiva says, if my devotees are affected or disturbed, I will destroy the whole country. That was assurance given by Shiva only at that time. Still it is alive. This assurance has no expiry date. And Shiva's form came on the horse, destroy the king's ego, teach a lesson to king, is Karupanna Swami. That is Karupa Swami, Kala Bhairava. See, Kala means black, darkness. Kali means the feminine blackness, feminine darkness. Kala means the masculine darkness. Karuppu means again in Tamil darkness. In Sanskrit we call Kala. In Tamil it is translated as Karuppu. The causal body, the source from which everything comes out, is Kala Bhairava, Karuppanna Swami. Kala Bhairava was a powerful protector. Kala Bhairava always stood by me from the young age as my security. There is so much to share about Kala Bhairava. All right, let's go to the next subject. Next question.
The next question is from Ong Keen Ann, IA number 4. She's asking, channeling is very popular in the West. One of the most famous New Age channeling material is the Seth material through Jane Roberts in the US. Swamiji, may I know the similarities and differences between Vedic knowledge and channeling knowledge? Thank you.
Onkinan, I do not know. May I know who it is? Number 4. I have no, not much. I don't have any experience about this channeling. And I'll read and understand what is channeling, how it is happening. Then I'll compare both the Vedic Bhavadarshan and the channeling. So maybe I'll answer this question tomorrow. Next.
The next question is from Magda Begala, IA number 23. She's asking, dear Swamiji, can you clarify if being in meditation continuously is being in consciousness continuously?
Magda Begala, yes. Either you are in consciousness or you are in unconsciousness. That's all. There's no midway. Either you are in meditation or you are in confusion. There's no midway. If you are not in meditation, all those moments you are in confusion. There is no neutral gear, understand. Either you are in the forward gear or reverse gear. There is no neutral gear. Either you are in meditation or confusion. Either you are in consciousness or unconsciousness. That is why I insist on ajapa japa, continuously repeating. Continuously repeating. Continuously unclutching. Being in the meditation continuously. Everything, when you are in meditation, please understand, everything shines. Either you live in meditation to be conscious continuously, or you live in confusion to be unconscious continuously. Next question.
The next question is from Mona, IA number 61, who's asking, Dear Swamiji, I came to your lotus feet through the grace of Ramana Maharshi. I watched a discourse of yours on Astha TV, UK. At the end of the program, I found that you were from Tiruvannamalai. As soon as I heard Tiruvannamalai, I started researching. The end result is that I am here with you now. All searchings and seekings are over. I surrender my whole being to you. Any moment I take my sight off is a moment wasted. My question to you, Swamiji, what were you seeking when you started your wandering across India? You were already an enlightened being. At what stage did you feel that that particular journey had been completed? Please describe your wandering across India. I feel that it was Maharshi himself who brought me to you, a living master. Could you kindly comment on this, please? Thank you, Swamiji. With lots of love, Mona, IA number 61.
Mona, please understand. Yes. My wandering was not in search of anything for me, but in search of disciples and devotees who will receive what I am offering, and in search of perfecting the technology and the methodology to share what I am offering. Please understand, modern day human beings have become so thick logic beings, especially, see, after Ramana Maharshi and now, in this last 60 years, whole humanity has gone through some extraordinary transformation, whether right or wrong, it has happened. Human beings' logic has become at least 100 times thicker than the time of Ramana Maharshi. In Ramana Maharshi's time, how your logic was, now it is 100 times thicker. So, the teachings and the techniques Ramana Maharshi taught to human beings is not enough to help in the mass. If I have to help millions, lakhs and billions, the methods and teachings Ramana Maharshi expressed is not enough. That helps only certain level of people. Now, your logic has become too thick. So, I have to develop the best methodology to share these great truths with you all. So, I was in search of designing and developing the best methodology to share these great truths with you all. From each sampradaya, from each tradition, from each monastery, from each sadhu, from each human being, I learned something. I learned what they want, how to tell them, how to give them fulfillment, and make them reach enlightenment from every individual. So, my wandering across India, it was not just across India, to tell you honestly. It was across many places, not just many countries, many planets. At 2000, I felt my journey has been completed. 2003, I felt it is time I start sharing this with all of you, with the whole world, with the humanity. So, Mona, you are feeling Maharshi himself brought you to me is right. All the masters who had body and who are not in the body now are constantly leading their disciples to the living master, living incarnation. That is why I tell you, I don't need any marketing department. All these great masters are my marketing department. Paramahamsa Yogananda, Mahavatar Babaji, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna, Shirdi Sai Baba, all these people are doing my marketing department work. What more I need? I don't need any other marketing department because our marketing department is higher plane. All the masters who are in the body, they are doing the job of our marketing department. Please understand, you are brought to me by Ramana Maharshi. Maybe within IA, inner awakening, you will have his darshan, either in the dream or in the vision. That will clear your doubts. Blessings. Next.
The next question is from Terry's son, IA number 92. She's asking, how does one transform from individual love to great love? We are so conditioned to relate to people through our logic instead of our heart. How do we unclutch from the restrictions of the mind to see everyone as the same? Great love is a beautiful concept, but how do I start the practice so I can strive to live with this ideal and turn into a practical reality in this lifetime? Terry Sun, IA number 92.
Terry's son, understand. The only hindrance between the individual love and great love is the hatred you carry for few people and few things. That's all. Please understand, great love is like a ocean. Individual love is like a small area of the ocean which you covered by creating a small wall, by throwing stones, big rocks into the ocean. You created a small part of the ocean as a pond and you call this as yours. Now, what separates the small tank and the ocean? Those small stones. Same way, from the great love, you carved out a small portion as an individual love. The stones you have thrown to carve out the individual love is the hatred you carry for few people and few things. The one and only method and most practical method to make individual love to great love is remove all that hatred for people and places or beings, for anything you carry in you, by completing with those beings, with those people, with those places. If you have a hatred to a particular person, sit with him, sit with her, do the Purnatva Kriya. If you have hatred with some object, go and sit with that object, do Purnatva Kriya, it responds to you. If you have hatred towards some places, go to that place, sit with that place and do Purnatva Kriya, it responds to you. I tell you, remove all the hatred and suffering you are carrying through and with so many objects and persons and people. Purnatva Kriya means completion. Go and sit with that person, talk it out, share why you felt what you felt, and go with the deep acceptance mood, relate with that person and try to heal the wounds. I tell you, remove the small hatreds you carry towards just few people. You don't hate the whole world. Maximum 20 to 30 people you may be hating in your life. Remove that hatred. Simply the individual love will become great love. Alright, last question. Finish it.
The question is from Anshul Chaturvedi, Lucknow, India. He's asking Pujya Swamiji, Vedic tradition describes yatra as one of the important spiritual rituals which every person should do at least once in his lifetime. Can you say something on the significance of doing yatra or pilgrimage, especially with an enlightened master? Also, would like to know, why do you give the initiation into saffron robes for those traveling to Kailash with you? Is it like a temporary sannyas? Anshul Chaturvedi, Lucknow, India.
Please understand. Yatra, spiritual pilgrimage, is such an important dimension for every spiritual seeker. Getting out of the place you are living, where your identity is living, where people perceive in their own way about you, first gives you the freedom to be out of your identity. When you go to these high energy centers like Kailash, not only your old identity is removed, the possibility for the growth of new consciousness happens. Especially with an enlightened being, he will properly use that situation and create identity crisis in you and clear your old identity and create complete new inner space. When you are asking, I would like to know, why do you give the initiation into saffron robes for those traveling to Kailash with you? Is it like a temporary sannyas? Anshul, it is not temporary sannyas, it is glimpse of sannyas. Understand, there is a difference between both. The word temporary sannyas and glimpse of sannyas. When I say glimpse of sannyas, I am inviting you, inspiring you to be with it completely. I am giving you the glimpse of it. When you say the word temporary sannyas, it is already means something which is not going to stay with you. When I say glimpse, it is invitation. Understand? The word glimpse means invitation. The word temporary means, okay. There's a big difference between these two words. What I give you in Kailash, or this time I introduced even in the inner awakening, 21 days. Yatra Kavi and Kshetra Kavi. Saffron you received during the travel study program or during the meditation retreat. Yatra or Kshetra, both Kavis, are not temporary sannyas, they are glimpse of sannyas. So understand, there's a big difference between the word temporary sannyas and glimpse of sannyas. When I say glimpse, it is an invitation. It is an invitation. So, Anshul, how much ever I say about doing yatra, it will not be enough. Yesterday I received a message in Twitter. Thank you, the word looks too cheap and useless in front of you. Same way, how much ever I describe about Kailash, I cannot describe. The only word I can tell you is, come once, see it. That is the only way to experience it. Blessings.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.